Hello, friend. My name is Cinder, and today I'm going to continue playing for you Cinderella Phenomenon with Comp. So last time we made the choice to go on to Waltz's route, and we started Chapter 3, Peter Pan. And now we're going to help him set up his puppet show, I think. So I watch as Waltz sets up a small booth on the street where I'd first seen him with Emmeline. Back then, I never thought I would see him again.
It's nice to see you actively trying to break your curse.
I shrug. I am not convinced this will work, but Parfait said that if I partnered up with someone, I might be able to break my curse faster.
So you chose to partner with me?
His tone of voice startles me. He sounds both happy and sad. Was he lying when he said he wanted to help me? That everyone in the Marchen was willing to help me? Would you rather I pick someone else?
Probably would have rather you'd sound less like a shithead when you said it.
I mean,
she could have just lied and been like, yeah, I wanted you to help me, and not been like, well, I basically was forced into it. I'm apathetic to everything.
I feel like that would be one of her kindnesses if she did that, so...
Right? No!
I jump at his sudden reaction. Waltz awkwardly clears his voice.
No, I'll do everything I can to help you.
Waltz heads for the back of the booth. I begin to follow him, but am forced to stop when he holds out his hand.
You haven't had enough training to be my personal assistant yet, princess.
What? I stare at him, puzzled. I never said I wanted to be your personal assistant.
Oh, for fuck's sake, woman.
And training? Why would one need training to assist with a children's show?
It's magic. You might just be able to snag a good deed if you agreed to become my assistant, you know.
That seems suspicious. There's a teasing twinkle in Waltz's eyes as he
Wink,
waves
wink,
me
nudge,
off.
nudge.
Yeah.
But until you're ready, you should stay with the children. Just watch the show. I think you'll enjoy this story. I recommend getting a place up front. You'll be able to see all the action that way.
When I do not move, Waltz sighs and smiles at me.
I promise the children won't bite unless you bite them first. I don't know, young children can be weird.
Yeah.
It's like they won't bite first. Like, listen, I've watched them have a mental breakdown over a horse. Kids are weird.
Kids are very sensory motor. They'll put anything in their mouths if they really want to.
Mm-hmm. That's my star.
Star? He disappears around the back, leaving me alone. In no time at all, people begin to gather. Soon, there is an impressive audience around Waltz's small booth. I look at the group of children that are clustered as close as possible to the front. They are all clearly excited for the show to start. I used to do puppet shows with my dolls too. I felt less alone when I pretended my dolls could talk. And I am still alone. Nothing has changed. I sigh as I sidestep to allow someone else to stand beside me.
She says that like it's everybody else's fault and not that she's a cantankerous shithead. Like...
When she was a child, it wasn't her fault.
Yeah, like when she was a child, it wasn't her fault. Like that I understand. But the way she said, and I'm still alone.
Yeah.
Like, that, like...
Try harder.
When you were a kid, being alone was all on your mother. But now as an adult... That's all on you.
Which is technically all on your mother still.
Yeah, technically. But still. Like, she can, as an adult, take the time to actually step back and look at things, and she hasn't.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Which is what this is supposed to teach her.
Yeah.
I am surprised to see that the person is an adult. I look out at the gathering crowd of people and find that there is an almost equal ratio of children and adults. Why would adults be at something as childish as a puppet show?
Hello, everyone.
An excited silence falls over the area as Waltz's voice rises above the crowd.
I, Waltz, am here once again to share another story with you. I hope you enjoy the show. Once upon a time, there was a village whose people were always happy. And then shit went down.
Yep.
But one day, an evil witch found the village. The evil witch carried darkness deep in her heart. She was jealous of the townsfolk, who were filled with so much light and happiness. Get her an antidepressant. If I cannot be happy, the evil witch said, then no one can be happy. Get her several antidepressants.
How overly dramatic. I almost jump when I feel a tug on my dress. I look down to see a little boy pulling at the hem of my skirt, though his eyes remain focused on the puppets.
I don't like her. That witch, she's bad.
His grip on my skirt tightens. He is wrinkling my dress. Roll the dice, Comp, unless you have a choice.
I mean, if we leave him alone, I feel that would lead to a good deed. Or at least set her on that path. At the same time, watching her fuck herself up because the dice decide to would be hilarious.
Okay.
So I'm kind of torn.
I know what happens both ways, so I can't really make a choice.
I will go with the dice. Why not? 15. Remove his hand.
I reach down to pry the boy's hand off my skirt, but the boy moves faster than me. The moment I pull his hand away, he quickly refastens his grip, this time around my hand. Hey! The boy does not move his hand. In fact, his hold only tightens, so much so that I find it impossible to pull my hand away. There is no way I can make him let go without causing a scene. Now I am going to be stuck holding the hand of a little boy I do not know until the end of the show. How did this happen? Dice!
Dice is how it happened, honey. Darkness spread over the village. I'm sorry, what?
It is funny because the people who make this is called Dicesuki.
Nice. So really, it's appropriate that we keep using the dice.
Yeah.
Darkness spread over the village. The people began to suffer. They forgot what happiness felt like. One villager decided to leave and find a good witch that would help save everyone from the evil witch. This villager knew it would be very dangerous, for if he were discovered, the evil witch would certainly kill him and his family. But the man knew he had to try if he ever wanted to see the other villagers smile ever again. There wasn't an ever in there. Whoops. Many days later, the man finally figured with a good witch. What happened?
You said finally figured.
Why?
I don't know.
Many days later, the man finally returned with a good witch, whose heart was as filled with light as the evil witch's was filled with darkness. I ship it.
Yeah.
The good witch, unable to bear the sight of the villagers' suffering, decided to help them. She cast a powerful spell that would send the evil witch away and save the village at the cost of her own life. Once the spell was cast, the darkness disappeared from the village. To this day, the people of the village are said to carry the good witch's light within them, and everyone lived happily ever after. But aren't all witches evil? That's simply not true. I've met a good witch, one with a heart more light and loving than any fairies.
Certainly not Delora.
Yeah, Delora is a little too sarcastic and salty.
More of the children begin to ask questions. I sigh, unable to do anything except wait while Waltz is bombarded with questions.
Thank you.
The boy that took my hand gives it one last squeeze before running off to join his friends. What did he thank me for? Once the audience finally leaves, Waltz comes out from behind the booth and smiles up at me.
Therapy. The show was a success. And you need therapy, princess.
There was a boy. He thanked me even though I did nothing for him.
The little boy who was with you, but you did do something. You held his hand.
I did not want to.
I realized that when I saw the annoyed look on your face. It would have been good of you to do it if you'd meant to calm him down.
What?
That boy was really frightened by the evil witch in the show. He thanked you because you held his hand and stayed with him when he was scared. Sometimes just having someone beside you when you're afraid is enough.
Having someone beside you? I think back on all the times I felt scared. Mother always told me to hide my fear and never cry because it made me appear weak.
Your mother is a basket of issues.
I could never ask her for help, and the king was never there for me. Every time I was afraid, I was always alone. I shake off the memories and realize that Walt is asking me a question.
What did you think of the show?
It was short and simple.
Well, you gotta keep it simple so you can understand, honey.
Yeah.
That's it? I created that entire show, you know. Story, characters, everything.
It could have been better.
God damn, girl. You wound me.
I have nothing more to say, and Walt seems disheartened by my silence.
Like we're playing a robot. You
Does
always...
not compute.
Yeah. You always complimented my stories, even when they were silly.
Walt's telling me stories? I do not recall such a thing. He makes it sound as if we've known each other for a long time.
He knew her when she was a kid or something, didn't he?
Probably. Before I can ask him for clarification, he changes the topic.
I ask as if he'll actually tell me the answer.
Yeah.
Do you mind accompanying me to the toy shop before we head back?
Do I have a choice? Walt's lips quirk with a smile as he picks up his materials.
You might have fun, princess. Come on.
Fun? Princess? Doubt it.
She don't know shit.
This is the shop I went to before I was cursed.
Feel free to look around, princess. I won't be too long.
I nod at him before walking over to the doll display. The dolls here are actually beautiful. But with the gold I have left, I wouldn't be able to afford even one. I miss my dolls.
Papa, I want that one.
The sound of a little girl's voice draws my attention. I look around the store before spotting a little girl pointing at a big teddy bear. She looks expectantly at the man beside her. That must be her father. No, it's her uncle.
No, it's a brother.
The man shakes his head, his eyes filled with regret.
We can't afford that one, dear. Could you choose something else?
The girl looks like she's on the verge of bawling. I back away, fearing that the child might throw a tantrum. Instead, she rubs her eyes before looking up at her father with a slow smile.
I understand.
The man smiles and pats her head.
Thank you for understanding, sweetheart. You're being so grown up. I only need you and Mama to be happy. I love you, Papa. I love you too. I love myself.
The king has never once told me that he loved me. He must be better off without me.
I mean, I would assume so.
Do I even belong in the palace anymore?
Papa, look, the king!
The moment I hear her say his title, I quickly rushed from the toy shop. Hail the
Oh.
king!
Long live the king! And then she throws him off a cliff.
Hail King Joe! He is the first one I see, mounted on his favorite white stallion as he waves at everyone. I spot Ophelia, Rod, and Emmeline with him, mimicking his motions. The king used to invite me to join him before, but I was always declined. He always went out alone. Once a month, the king sets out to check on the conditions of the kingdom in person. It is his way of bonding with the townsfolk. The Order of Caldera trails behind with the royal family with Sir Alcaster at the head, but there is one particular person that is missing. It is strange that Fritz isn't here. The parade is an impressive sight. The crowds lining the streets become denser with each passing second. I weave around the mess of people in an attempt to get closer to the king.
Thank you, everyone.
He is smiling, a true smile. I have never seen him smile like that at me.
Because you're sour as fuck.
A heaviness begins to weigh down my heart. Suddenly it becomes harder to breathe. Please look this way. Please look at me.
The king is looking happier these days, isn't he?
I don't think I've ever seen him so joyful. It must be his family. Happier? All I want is for the king to look at me, to see me. But he does not so much as glance my way once.
You're a random townsperson right now, honey.
Hello, random citizen.
And I love you, random citizen.
Yep. I stare at the ground with bleary eyes. He's happy without me. I return to the toy shop with a heavy heart. The little girl from earlier is standing with her father by the door. He ruffles her hair before holding his hand out to her with a smile. She takes it with a giggle, and the two walk off together. A hot ache sings through my blood as I watch them leave. Is this jealousy?
Yes.
Yes. I reach up and clutch at my chest. My heart beats painful.
That might be a heart attack, actually.
Yeah, that's not something you should dismiss.
My heartbeats feel painful. Generally when I'm jealous, the few times I have been jealous, my heartbeat
That's not what happens.
That's not what happens.
This is a terrible feeling. Yeah, that might be the heart attack.
Yeah, that's definitely the heart attack, honey. Princess? Let me check your pulse. Syndra?
I stare at Waltz, temporarily stunned by the fact that he called me by my name and not my title.
Are you okay?
Do I fucking look okay?
Do I look okay? I'm having a heart attack.
Despite myself, I find my eyes drawn back to the little girl and her father as they stand just outside the door to the toy shop.
Where did I put my dice? Where did I put my dice? Da 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 da. 17.
I am not okay.
Little step towards honesty.
It's not like there's anything you can do to make me feel better.
That you could have just said I am not okay.
Yeah.
It's like when you get dialogue choices in like Mass Effect, and it's like say hello, say goodbye, and it's like
and then they slap them or something.
You click say hello, and it's like bye fuckface, and they flip them off, and you click say goodbye, and they punch you in the face, and they punch the character in the face, and it's like I wanted neither of these things to happen.
Yep. Waltz's expression slips. His chest heaves with a silent sigh.
All I can do right now is try.
Waltz's voice is a soft whisper, but I still pick up his words. All he can do right now? What is he talking about? Waltz's gaze moves from to the set of teddy bears displayed on one of the shelves. He is quiet for a moment before he speaks.
He's affected by the curse.
What?
The king, he can't remember you because of the curse. that doesn't mean he never cared for you. That's the reason you looked so down, right? I was looking outside. I saw the way you looked at him.
Doesn't he know that it's rude to stare?
You were probably making a spectacle of yourself.
Yeah. Oh, and how did I look?
Depressed as fuck. Or hurt, that works too.
I turned away before Walt can see the frustration on my face.
He loved you, more than you'll ever know.
And how would you know that? You don't know him at all.
Everyone has their own ways of expressing their love. I'm sure he has his own ways. Your mother probably stopped him from actually expressing his love to you in any way, shape, or form because she was an isolating lunatic.
By not being there when I needed him, he has never acted like a father to me.
I keep getting distracted by the little Tiana doll.
Ooh, yes, I see it.
Princess.
Don't pretend to know what my life at the palace was like, Waltz. This conversation is over. Let us return to the Marchen. So next time, we will read this dream and see how more abuse the mom... Yep.
We'll get to see what extra shade of abuse and gaslighting and manipulation her mother threw at her at a young age.
Yay! So, thank you for watching. Comp, do you have anything left to say? So, I love you. Bye-bye. She doesn't have eyes in this one, so it's pretty fitting.
Yeah, it's true. I was wondering, do you think as the king was going by, do you think the reason that Waltz was staring is because she was standing in the street going, ah! So she could see the king? That's probably why he didn't look at her. It's like, don't look at the strange lady crowing. Just wave and smile. Just wave and smile.